This tree behind me is a catawba tree. And we are going to be doing videos a little bit differently because I found out that my cancer's back and it's terminal. So we're going to kind of shift the focus from not just doing a garden journal, but I want to try to do some videos about life lessons for all y'all kids to watch when I'm gone, and also like practical stuff like how to sharpen things with a file, and like how to plant different kinds of seeds, and just more how-to kind of stuff, so that when you have a question about how to do something in the future and I'm not around, y'all can just go look. The reason I showed you the catawba tree is because I want to tell y'all a story. When I was a kid, Pawpaw Ed, that's Grandpop's stepdad, he had a CB radio in his truck, and Grandma Birdie had a catawba tree in her yard, and it had worms. Not all catawba trees have worms, just some of them. And what happens is they live down in the ground and they come out, and in the spring when the fish are biting real good, the catawba worms come up on the tree and eat the tree and have more catawba worms, and they go down back in the ground and lay their eggs in the ground, and they come back up on the tree. Anyway, they're really good fish bait. So we were going to go fishing. I think we were going to go fishing in Miss Maddie's pond. We were either going there or the Catawba River, and we had a jar, and we would catch catawba worms and put them in there with catawba leaves, and then go fishing with them. And I was probably about 4 or 5, and Pawpaw Ed's truck was parked over there next to the catawba tree, and Pawpaw Ed was always trying to be funny. And catawba worms, we'll do a picture of them on the video, but they have a little spike on their butt. Looks kind of like, if you're a kid and CBs are cool like they were then, it looks like a CB antenna. So Pawpaw Ed had told me, and he was hard to understand, but he had told me that catawba worms had CBs built into them, and that's why they had those spikes, because they were CB antennas. So when I was over there catching catawba worms, he keyed up his CB, and he had more than one truck. He had a work truck and like a truck for his house, and he had both of them on, and the work truck had a loudspeaker that he could play the CB over, because he worked on the side of the road running heavy equipment. And so he had it switched to the PA speaker, and he keyed up his little CB and started talking to the other CB on it. And I thought the catawba worms were talking to each other, and it looked like they were, because they had a CB antenna, and it sounded like they were. And I was a little kid and I didn't know any better, but I was about Connor's age, and it really seemed like catawba worms had CBs and could talk to each other over the radio. So the moral of the story is you always need to keep an open window in the attic. Just because something looks real and smells real and sounds real doesn't mean that it's real. Like, you need to pray for discernment on stuff, and be slow to make up your mind about things, and really pray for God to help you to know what's true and what's not. There's a verse in Proverbs, we'll put it on at the end of the thing probably, but talks about how you need to stay abreast of all the facts. A wise man stays caught up with the facts, is pretty much what it says. You need to know what's true and what's not true, and then you still need to pray for discernment, because things can look one way and not be that way. So always keep an open mind, and always pray for discernment, and always keep an open mind. That's the whole point of the story. because you never know when you could be wrong about something. Everybody can be wrong about anything. All right, that's it.